Hello and welcome to Tarot by Izzy, all the way from Central Scotland. Thank you for joining me today. To my returning viewers and subscribers, thank you. I really do appreciate the support you give me to help me grow my channel. And if you're new today, please kick off your shoes, grab a cup of tea and enjoy today's reading. So today we're going to look at what I would describe as a sideshow, but it does cover a serious subject. And this is in relation to Gary Linekar, footballer, former English footballer, who's currently in the midst of the storm with the BBC, that is the British Broadcasting Corporation, where he is a suspended sports presentator, covers mainly football, such as Match of the Day. Gary was born November 20th and he's a fire sign, Sagittarian, and their traits are loving visionaries who seek to make sense of the world. So the British Broadcasting Corporation is a state-funded broadcaster and it is funded by the licensed payer, that's individuals such as myself. So the storm is Gary Linekar issued a tweet which criticised the government's asylum policy and the government's rhetoric concerning the tone used, which may be deemed as dehumanising, words in relation to migrants, immigrants and asylum seekers. So this was his views. So this suspension has led to the BBC having to reschedule its sporting events programmes coverage, as his co-hosts have refused to continue with the broadcasting. So this reading is for entertainment purposes only and allegedly. So what the word that's being bandied around today is fascism, and according to Britannica, fascism is a way of organising a society in which a government ruled by a dictator control the lives of the people, in which people are not allowed to disagree with the government. So the other day it was McCarthyism. So I've given these a good shuffle. This is my third attempt at doing this reading. So we'll do it again. Yep, that's ready to speak now. And we'll do a line for the BBC and a line for Gary Linekar. Okay, so let's have a wee look. This is signifier we have here. So 5 cards on each side. Okay. So, what's signifying the situation just now? Beneath the both of them, BBC and Gary Linekar. This is Gary Linekar, this is the BBC. And we'll have the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So the 4 of Pentacles in the upright, you're clutching on to your possessions. You're clasping it. You are a surety of possessions. So in the reverse we have an opposition, a defence here, a suspension here, the possibility of losing something. So if we move on to, so that's the energies covering, underlying the situation with Gary Linekar and the BBC. If we move on to the next question, what's the recent events affecting Gary Linekar? What's the recent events influencing Gary Linekar? And we'll have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is it can be the gushy, over the top, happy family situation, but we'll have it in the reverse here. And the 10 of Cups is a falling out of the family. So that's the influences. The BBC is known as the family. The traditional people turn to the BBC in relation to getting their news and any other programming. So we have here, as I say, the 10 of Cups, which came out in the reverse. And that is, it's an indignation, no longer happy with the situation. So there's been a fallout with the family, there's been a fallout with the BBC. So let's see the influences for the BBC, and we have a broken heart. We have the Ace of Swords here, and it's a triangulation. We have, as I say, my apologies, heartbreak. So I would imagine there is a lot of heartache going on just now. It's delay, division, it's a rupture, it's what else can we say? Uh, Absence, removal. So he has been removed from the covering sport on the BBC temporarily, I think, just now. So with the heartache there, and we'll have the fallout of the family with the BBC. So they used to have a programme called Watch with Mother, so that'll give you an indication of how the BBC was viewed. So, so that was the recent events. We had this heartache and we had the fallout with the family. So what obstacles and influences are surrounding Gary Linekar just now? What obstacles do we have just now? Let's see. Oh, we have the sun, the influences. And the sun, major arcana, is a disinfectant. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a total obstacle. Or, and then again, as I say, it can be natural disinfectant. It brings things to light that you don't necessarily want to brought to light. So maybe his actions are bringing things to light. We can assume that maybe this will be because everything is, as I say, front page of nearly every newspaper. Um, when there's other things going on in the world, which is quite frustrating, I have to say. But he does cover a situation, where we really shouldn't be. This is where I would agree with. We should watch our tone and language of how we describe other people who are not like yourselves. Words matter. Words can hurt. So, back to the BBC, we're asking the obstacles and influences for the BBC. And here we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So usually aces in the reverse are a no card. So whatever negotiations are going on, it can be, it's not necessarily going the way. It can be bad intelligence is going on. There could be the advisors in the BBC might not have the best of intentions there. And it can maybe show, how would I say, a revelation of how the BBC is being run, managed, financed, and where the money is going. So this might shine the light on what's happening here in the BBC. So this is for entertainment purposes only and allegedly. So how's the situation being viewed by the public? What's the public saying? And we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. So the Three of Cups, that's a celebration card. Getting out together, partying. In the reverse, clearly there's been a fallout between BBC, Gary Linekar, and whoever else is involved. There is no longer a celebration. That's how it's being viewed by the public. There's been this public fallout, and that's what they are viewing. They're no longer celebrating there. And with the BBC, what they see is it's a Five of Cups we have here, and the Five of Cups is a regret card. It's not appreciating what you have. You're looking at the, how we would say, the 3 cups that you've knocked over and not considering the 2 cups that still remain. So this is how the public view the BBC, and it's a lost card. They view the BBC as they are losing the public support. So if we move on to the next card, ideals and hopes for Gary Linekar. What's his ideals and hopes now? We've already got an indication of the sun there. And we'll have the Knight of Wands, but it's come out in the reverse. The Knight of Wands is in the upright, it's someone who is armed, it's not necessarily warlike, and she's passing on information. It can also be a departure card. But in the reverse, it can mean the rupture, the situation has been ruptured and might not be able to be recovered back into the upright again. With the knight bearing the wand, the messages of communication. So he might himself just be thinking, now's time to quit. Let's see the BBC, what's their ideals and hopes? And here we have the Page of Wands in the upright. And they're hoping that things will get back, they'll get their reputation back, they will be renewed, that, what else could we say? Not really much more we have here with the Page of Wands. Yeah, I think they know that they're moving into an unknown phase and they're looking out to see how they can improve on this situation. But I think there's going to be a lot of revelations after this heartache because the sun is going to expose more. They're viewed by the public as in regret, and they're hoping they're going to get a renewal, a regrowth. What's the outcome? What's the outcome? Outcome. Four of Cups. And I think whatever the BBC say to Gary Linekar, it's nah. Or it'll be maybe aye, maybe no. He's in a position he can choose what he wants to do. And the outcome, so there's going to be an offering. To see the Four of Cups, there is an offering card. You see the hand. And he's sitting back there saying, maybe aye, maybe no. Maybe aye, maybe no. So he's undecided. But I wouldn't bet on it. We'll try the pendulum. And here we have the outcome for the BBC, and it's the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords in the upright is a Pyrrhic victory. It's a shallow victory. Other people are walking away, and I refer to this card being offered the cup. Gary is being offered something and is walking away, but the BBC could try and massage it to say that they were the victors in this situation. But that has came out in the reverse. So, as I say, it's a fighting card, the swords card, or the Five of Swords. But in the reverse, it can be, it could actually be their downfall. Whoever behind the scenes orchestrated this, it could be their ultimate downfall. Um, and a lot could be exposed. And someone's going to get it in the neck. There is going to be a downfall. So we'll do a wee pendulum. Let's ask the pendulum. Alright. Okay. Can we have an indication, please? Will Gary Linekar leave the BBC? Will Gary Linekar leave the BBC? Oh, we're not getting anything. Right, it doesn't want to reveal anything just now. Will the BBC offer Gary Linekar a new contract? Will the BBC offer Gary Linekar a compensation contract, buy off, take the money and go? Saying yes there. So he's not leaving. Right, I get that. Okay, apologies. Right. Will financial mismanagement be uncovered in the BBC? Will financial mismanagement be uncovered in the BBC? And will it be tied to the payoff that Gary Linekar gets? Questions will be asked around the funding of the BBC. Yeah. Okay, final one. Thank you. Will anyone be held accountable for the handling of the Gary Linekar situation in the BBC? Will anyone be held accountable? Will anyone be held accountable in the BBC regarding the handling of the Gary Linekar situation? And that's a big maybe, maybe, maybe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'll do a wee message from Heaven Card today, and I hope you've enjoyed that reading. As I say, you can find out more about Gary Linekar online and the BBC. It is all over the front pages. As I say, we have situations in the world, famine, floods, and my heart goes out to everyone affected by this situation. But I understand that words can cause harm, so we should be careful. If you have enjoyed this today, I hope you like, subscribe and share. And what else can we ask? Wherever you are, please accept my peace, love and light. And this is a little card, message from heaven, talking to Heaven card. I see all of your thoughts. So whenever you're thinking about your loved ones, they can be seen. So as I said, this reading is for entertainment purposes only and allegedly. And I think we'll leave it at that. And thank you again for joining me today in this reading. Wherever you are, peace, love and light. Thank you.